Good afternoon, Magister Villegas. My name is Nayeli Diaz, and I'm gonna explain you about free and bound morphemes, and also I am give you a different examples about that.
Okay, now I'm gonna explain you about the meaning of free morphemes and bound morphemes. Free morphemes is a morpheme that can stand alone and convey meaning on its own. It can function as an independent word or a root word. For example, can be a nouns, verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. And bound morpheme is a morpheme that cannot stand alone and must be attached to another morpheme to convey meaning. Bound morphemes are typically affixes, which include prefixes and suffixes, that they are the common, but we have different types. In this case, we have the prefix, suffix, and the infix and circumfix, that these two words or T fixes are not common. So in this case, I'm gonna explain you what is the meaning of these fixes. In this case, we have the first one, prefixes. A prefixes is a morpheme that is added to the beginning of a root or a stem word to modify its meaning. Prefixes can change the meaning of the word or create a new word with a different meaning. For example, in this case, we have the example regret. In this case, the common word is great, and we add a prefix, re. Okay, the second one is a suffix. A suffix is a morpheme that is added to the end of a root or stem word to modify its meaning or change its grammatical function. For example, it's changed from a verb to a noun or an adjective. In this case, we have the verb work, but when we add at the end er, that change a worker. Well, in this case, both prefixes and suffixes are examples of bound morphemes, meaning they cannot stand alone as independent word and must be attached to a root or a stem word. They are essential components of word formation and allow for the creation for a new words with modified meanings or different grammatical categories, contributing to richness and flexibility of language. And we have the two different fixes that they are not common in English, but they are exist. In this case, we have a infix. An infix is a bound morpheme that is inserted inside a root or stem word. Infixes are not very common in English, as I mentioned before, but they exist in some dialects and slang forms. For example, in this case, absolutely, literally. And we have also circumfix. A circumfix is a type of a bone morpheme also that consists of two parts, one attached to the beginning and one attached to the end, as a suffix, for example. In this case, we have he says be and ed at the end, and the example is bewitched from which. So while not extremely common in English, circumfix are more widely used in other languages like German, Indonesian, and Arabic. So, in summary, while infix and circumfix are relatively rare in English, they do exist and are more common in certain dialects, slang, or another language. So now I'm gonna explain you different examples about free morphemes and bound morphemes, because we can um, found it in different examples, in different verbs, adverbs, or something like that. Okay. Okay. Now the examples are, the first example is unhappily. Okay. So here we have the root word is happy. So we are gonna do this. Happy is the free morpheme, for example. Is the free morpheme representing the root word. Un is a prefix. A prefix. Indicating negation or reversal, changing the meaning of happy to not happy. And li is a suffix. indicating that the word functions as an adverb transforming unhappy into unhappily, which means in a manner that is not happy. In this case, we have here the bound morpheme. Now the second example is pre-cooked. In this case, cook is the free morpheme representing the root word. Pre is a prefix indicating before in time or order, changing the meaning of cook to before cooked or cooked in advance. And ed, it's a suffix. In this case, indicating past tense, transforming cook into cooked, which means prepared by heating. And in this case, cook is the free morpheme, pre, the bone morpheme, and also ed is the bone morpheme. Okay, the next example is running. Here we have the root word is run. That this is the free morpheme, representing the action of moving swiftly or fast. The ing is the suffix. Is bound and signifies continuous or present action resulting in running. So here is the bound morpheme. The next example is quickly. So here we have a quick is the free morpheme describing something done with speed or swiftness. And the li is the suffix that is the bound morpheme. In this case, forms an adverb modifying the verb quick to indicate manner resulting in quickly. Okay. The next example is misunderstand. So in misunderstand, we have this that understand is the free morpheme. In this case, this is the free morpheme indicating comprehension or grasp of a concept. And we have the prefix. Mis is the bound morpheme and suggests error or incorrectness, altering understand to misunderstand, meaning to comprehend wrongly or to have a mistaken understanding. The next example is disagree. The free morpheme here is agree. This is the free morpheme, and this, agree, which then detonates a consensus or argument of opinions. And we have here the prefix this. Is in this case this is the bound morpheme and signifies reversal or opposition, transforming agree into disagree, meaning to have a different opinion or to be in conflict. And the last example is reconsidering. In this case, we have consider, is the free morpheme, representing the root word. Re is the prefix, and ing is the suffix. Re represents the bound morpheme and also ing. In this case, re is the prefix indicating repetition or reversal, changing the meaning of consider to think again or rethink. And ing is the suffix indicating present participle, transforming consider into considering, which means currently engaging in the act of thinking about something. And that is all. All of them are my examples. Thank you.